Hello, this is me, Erika Staffen-Holstein.
And this is Luca De Biase. Welcome to Reimagine Talks, the podcast to challenge the way we think.
That capitalism is a fantastic servant, but a horrible master. We appear to be about to toast the planet. Seems a little eccentric. And most of the new resources from the last 20 years is ending up in the hands of a very few people. So I say capitalism is fantastic. It's made us all rich. But right now, it's not making us all rich. It's making few people very, very rich indeed, while there are still lots of people who are struggling.
Even when they don't think about power, they are in a power relationship. Most people in a subordinated power relationship. So we are free, yes. We are free within the conditions of what those in power consider acceptable or not acceptable.
So we're in this very privileged, actually, and exciting place as an entrepreneur between no more systems that are collapsing and institutions that aren't working and forms of trust that aren't working anymore. And at the interface of not yet. You know, if you squint, you can see it. A lot of these systems, like blockchain, for example, has scaffolding around it. You can start to play with it, but it's not yet. It's not fully baked. And so we're in this inflection point between no more and not yet.
Liberal democracy is losing its social basis of political representation. So as soon as those who were criticizing the casta, Podemos in Spain, Cinque Stelle in Italy, come into the government, I don't say that they become the casta, but many people, millions, think now they are the new casta.
We have to move away from thinking that government is a dirty word and democracy, and understand how crucial democracy is, and stop just being consumers. When a lot of people feel they're losing out because the economy is geared against them, they get very, very angry, and you see the movements towards political polarization and authoritarianism we're seeing.
If you think about things like banks and reputation, credit scores, and things like this, we were relying on many institutions or brands to represent who or what we could trust. And now what's happened is those institutions are being distrusted. You know, they're no longer considered necessarily the stalwart of trust and value.
That we need to, I think, actively regain that balance. So not just the balance between democracy and capitalism, but also the balance between cooperation and competition.
One of the key mistakes with enormous practical consequences of liberal democracy is to think that rational policies, better policies in rational terms, will convince people. Not at all. Not at all. Real issue is how then we trigger positive emotions rather than negative emotions. And that is not about policy making, it's about communication making.
As the world is unknown, you know, the world is changing faster. We really don't know what's going to happen next. And we have two choices. We could be afraid or we could be curious. And so, you know, my provocation and invitation to people is to be curious, to try to understand, you know, why is this happening? Why does this person have that opinion? What can I learn from them? What are they seeing that I'm not seeing?
You can run businesses using what I call a high road mechanism and do perfectly well. And by the way, save the planet and the society.